wish I had gone for Luke and Kenny, though, because I don't want them to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
Can you reach my hands?
This won't take long.
I can't. They'll see.
Kenny! Don't move. I can't see him.
Watch them.
Oh no. I don't want Luke and Kenny to die. What? What the fuck?
No!
Why is this happening?
Please stop!
That's for our man. Now, I didn't want to do this, but you ain't giving me much choice. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna march another one of your friends out here, and I'm gonna put a bullet in the back of their head. Or you can give up now. Your choice.
That's nice.
Bill, no! Tell him to stop! Kenny, stop!
You remember George, Alva? You see, I do. I remember the guy that was your friend, named George. I remember when you murdered him in cold blood. And why? Because you didn't like me. You could have lodged a complaint. You could have been civil.
Bill, no! We'll do whatever you want!
Maybe they'll come out for that.
We
But I don't
can
want
do
to
this
get
all
killed
night.
either.
Is that what you want?
Jeez, Carver's gonna shoot a girl like that?
Where's Luke?
But I noticed that only Kenny came in.
Mm-hmm.
Finally cut.
Maybe Luke isn't as loyal to me as I thought he was.
I warned you. I warned you not to follow him. Look where he's led you.
Carver said maybe he finally cut and run.
But you're safe now. We're going home. As a family.
But you saved Alvin. Alvin can die there, depending on what you do.
Round him up. We're heading back to camp.
Yeah, but that's making me think that Luke isn't quite as devoted to me as I thought
Mm-hmm.
he was.
I don't know if we could save Walt, but I know one of us didn't just give up.
Yeah, I know. Folks are sore over what happened. But let's remember, these are our brothers and sisters.
What happened to him?
They all have a vital role to play in this community. They
I guess
strayed
Carver
from the
probably
flock,
doesn't like them too much.
That don't mean they can't earn their way back into the fold. That don't mean we can't find it in our hearts to forgive them, knowing full well those who choose not to accept our love surely wish they had.
Oh, Kenny.
The storm is on the way.
Oh, it makes me want to play the next one. Oh, he's in the minority on a lot of those.
I think that taking the blame for the photo, though, is a good one. Yeah, I sat with Kenny. But I could
I'm
tell.
sorry.
No. I could. That again. That one's probably the hardest decision I think in the entire game.
I don't know. I mean, I wanted to sit with Luke because I figured that, you know, they were my best bet at this point.
Uh huh. Yeah, and the only reason why I did is because I haven't seen Kenny in a long time, so I figured, I'd sit with him this time.
I wish I had sat with Kenny, though, because Luke isn't as loyal to me as I thought.
Let's see. And yeah, it is kind of interesting if you leave to find Kenny and Luke. But yeah, so what'd you think of that one?
Oh, jeez. There were a few things that I would have done differently there. I was sitting with Kenny being one of them.
What'd you think about Kenny showing up?
I really liked that a lot. I don't know. When you played this, what was the same and like what was different?
I don't know. I think I did all the things that you did, honestly, except for I sat with Kenny. And
I sat with Kenny.
And basically the same thing happens. I think Luke and Nick come over, and then they still have their squabble and stuff. So, other than that, we did pretty much the same. And there wasn't a whole lot of like choices that actually affected things in this one.
Because it was kind of gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Regardless.
What I would like to discuss for you and also the YouTube fans is in this one I felt that there was some serious flaws and plot holes, and one of those is Rebecca. Rebecca was set up in the first episode to be a clear antagonist, maybe a Larry type character.
Yeah, and now she's like not.
Right from the back, or right off the back, they totally threw that away. They made her nice. They made her apologize to you, and I mean, I'm not saying I have a problem with someone being nice, but the thing is, they totally.
But it's like a total personality shift.
Yeah, they changed her personality, and they totally threw away a plot that could have been something.
And I mean, you even went with, like, who's the daddy?
I didn't actually do that.
Oh, you didn't go with that?
I saw other YouTubes do that, though, and it was funny. I actually got to show you that, because it's really funny. But I did say something like, I don't know, I wasn't as nice as you were, that's for sure. I was kind of like, leave me alone, or something like that. But no, that was just a huge, I don't know, they kind of switched up the writing there.
Yeah.
And so that kind of felt awkward. Another thing was Carlos and Sarah. After warning you to like not talk to Sarah and stuff, the first thing Carlos says to you is, "Can you watch Sarah?"
I know, seriously. It's like, oh, now you want me to hang out with your daughter.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense, and it kind of throws away some plot
Did you
stuff.
lock the door?
Yeah, but the same. Oh yeah, so that's one thing. If you choose to lock the door, you reach for it and he walks in.
Really?
Yeah, so the same thing happens. I also tried to grab the knife, and the same thing happens. Is he just picks it up first and he's like, "Where does this go?" And he puts it away.
I feel like at first I convinced him that I didn't know who the people were, and I felt like I kept it kind of.
You know what I think it is?
What?
Is if you say they're dead, I saw them at the river, he kind of lights up. I think it's because he killed the people at the river, so he knew that it wasn't your people.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe he thinks, well, you didn't actually know who was in here.
But anyway, for you guys too, these are one things I noticed that's not as good about the writing is they completely throw away some plots that could have been really interesting. You can threaten Rebecca with this stuff. You know, you can tell Carver that she's got to grow up sometime. Like, kind of interesting intro plots, and then they just throw them away like they never happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this one is less based on what you do.
Yeah, that too. Like I was saying, I don't think in this one there was much things that go differently depending on your choices.
Yeah, there's not as much autonomy as there is in season 1.
Yeah.
Because in season 1, I mean, some of those decisions were living with you all throughout. You know, the episodes.
Well, you can choose who is there and who goes and stuff. But I told her right from the beginning, guys, that I am not as much of a fan as this season as the season 1, and I'll be explaining why as the episodes go on. But that is one thing, is I feel like that's kind of bad writing. They set something up that was actually pretty interesting in episode 1 and then completely flipped it.
Yeah, I think it would have been interesting if they'd kind of stuck with the whole, like, Sarah, like, my daughter needs to be sheltered. And in this one, I mean, like, she's getting up and, you know, she's getting down and dirty with the...
well, not only that, but it was stay
walkers.
away from my daughter, don't talk to
Yeah.
her. And then it was, oh, by the way, go babysit my daughter.
Yeah.
So that didn't make sense. Rebecca's whole thing was like, I don't like you and you should go. And then she apologizes to you out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then she's confiding in you about this isn't really his baby. He'd kill me if he knew.
Exactly.
It's like, if you hate a person, you're not telling them that.
Uh-huh. It's almost as if they wrote episode 1 and then they wrote episode 2. They didn't have like a plan from the start to finish. So they were kind of like, oh no, we want to do this now, so actually we're going to change it up. And it just kind of makes it feel like not as realistic and kind of, I don't know, it just gives you a kind of a waste.
Yeah, I feel like my decisions mean less because certain things are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I like it or not. I mean, I'm interested to find out, like, what happens to Clementine and everything, but I feel a lot less like it's in my hands.
Yeah, and I just think when they change it up like that, it kind of just gives you an empty feeling of like what could be. There's going to be some more examples of this, which I'll get to in the next episodes, but yeah. So, but that was episode 2, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. That's my favorite episode in the whole game, actually, because Kenny comes back, and that was the happiest.
I was just really digging the whole ski resort.
Yeah, I know, the ski resort's cool.
I know. I like how snow was falling, and I don't know. I like the whole atmosphere.
And Kenny coming back was the happiest I've ever gotten in this game.
I know. I saw Kenny and I was like, I just felt like, oh my god, reunited.
Yeah.
I wish I'd gone and sat with Kenny. Luke, what a bastard. What a jerk.
So...
Not coming out to save me from getting shot in the head. Thanks a lot, man. What a friend you are.
So we leave this episode with hatred for Luke, and we'll see you on the next one.
And pure love for Kenny.
Yep. Which, I mean, look at that beard, though.
Yeah, loving Kenny all along.
Peace, guys.